Not only I, but Steva noticed it. Just after breakfast he said to me in so many words, _J qua K Veslovsky fet un petit brin de cora kitty _. Well, that's all right then, now I'm satisfied. I'll send him away, said Levin. What do you mean? Are you crazy? Dolly cried in horror. Nonsense, Kostya, only think. She said, laughing. You can go now to Fanny, she said to Masha. No, if you wish it, I'll speak to Steva. He'll take him away. He can say you're expecting visitors. Altogether he doesn't fit into the house. No, I'll do it myself. But you'll quarrel with him? Not a bit. I shall so enjoy it, Levin said, his eyes flashing with real enjoyment. Come, forgive her, Dolly, she won't do it again, he said of the little sinner, who had not gone to Fanny, but was standing irresolutely before her mother, waiting and looking up from under her brows to catch her mother's eye. The mother glanced at her. The child broke into sobs, hid her face on her mother's lap, and Dolly laid her thin, tender hand on her head. And what is there in common between us and him? Thought Levin, and he went off to look for Veslovsky. As he passed through the passage he gave orders for the carriage to be got ready to drive to the station. The spring was broken yesterday, said the footman. Well, the covered trap, then, and make haste. Where's the visitor? The gentleman's gone to his room. Levin came upon Veslovsky at the moment when the latter, having unpacked his things from his trunk, and laid out some new songs, was putting on his gaiters to go out riding. Whether there was something exceptional in Levin's face, or that Vasenka was himself conscious that say petit brin de cour he was making was out of place in this family, but he was somewhat, as much as a young man in society can be, disconcerted at Levin's entrance. You ride in gaiters? Yes, it's much cleaner, said Vasenka, putting his fat leg on a chair, fastening the bottom hook, and smiling with simple-hearted good humor. He was undoubtedly a good-natured fellow, and Levin felt sorry for him and ashamed of himself, as his host, when he saw the shy look on Vasenka's face. On the table lay a piece of stick which they had broken together that morning, trying their strength. Levin took the fragment in his hands and began smashing it up, breaking bits off the stick, not knowing how to begin. I wanted. He paused, but suddenly, remembering Kitty and everything that had happened, he said, looking him resolutely in the face. I have ordered the horses to be put for you. How so? Vasenka began in surprise. To drive where? For you to drive to the station, Levin said gloomily. Are you going away, or has something happened? It happens that I expect visitors, said Levin, his strong fingers more and more rapidly breaking off the ends of the split stick. And I'm not expecting visitors, and nothing has happened, but I beg you to go away. You can explain my rudeness as you like. Vasenka drew himself up. I beg you to explain, he said with dignity, understanding at last. I can't explain, Levin said softly and deliberately, trying to control the trembling of his jaw, and you'd better not ask. And as the split ends were all broken off, Levin clutched the thick ends in his finger, broke the stick in two, and carefully caught the end as it fell. Probably the sight of those nervous fingers, of the muscles he had proved that morning at gymnastics, of the glittering eyes, the soft voice, and quivering jaws, convinced Vasenka better than any words. He bowed, shrugging his shoulders, and smiling contemptuously. Can I not see Oblonsky? The shrug and the smile did not irritate Levin. What else was there for him to do? He thought. I'll send him to you at once. What madness is this? Stepan Arkadyevitch said when, after hearing from his friend that he was being turned out of the house, he found Levin in the garden, where he was walking about waiting for his guest's departure. May say ridicule exclamation mark underscore what fly has stung you? May say du dernier ridicule exclamation mark underscore what did you think, if a young man? But the place where Levin had been stung was evidently still sore, for he turned pale again, when Stepan Arkadyevitch would have enlarged on the reason, and he himself cut him short. Please don't go into it. I can't help it. I feel ashamed of how I'm treating you and him. But it won't be, I imagine, a great grief to him to go, and his presence was distasteful to me and to my wife. But it's insulting to him. Underscore et puis c'est ridicule underscore. And to me it's both insulting and distressing. And I'm not at fault in any way, and there's no need for me to suffer. Well, this I didn't expect of you. Underscore on peut être jaloux, mais à ce point, c'est du dernier ridicule exclamation mark underscore. Levin turned quickly, and walked away from him into the depths of the avenue, and he went on walking up and down alone. Soon he heard the rumble of the trap, and saw from behind the trees how Vasenka, sitting in the hay, unluckily there was no seat in the trap, in his Scotch cap, was driven along the avenue, jolting up and down over the ruts. What's this? Levin thought, when a footman ran out of the house and stopped the trap. It was the mechanician, whom Levin had totally forgotten. The mechanician, bowing low, said something to Veslovsky, then clambered into the trap, and they drove off together. Stepan Arkadyevitch and the princess were much upset by Levin's action. And he himself felt not only in the highest degree ridicule, but also utterly guilty and disgraced. But remembering what sufferings he and his wife had been through, when he asked himself how he should act another time, he answered that he should do just the same again.